Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to phase number 2 of the WePlay.tv Dota 2 League. I'm LD of Beyond the Summit, joined here today by none other than Merlini, who has woken up really early to cast Navi versus Arctic in a best out of 3. Merlini, you awake yet?
Of course. Sounds like you're waking up earlier than me. I heard a bird chirping in the background.
Maybe I should actually close my window. I'll do that real quickly, and then I'll be right back. But yeah, Navi versus Arctic, best of 3. This one, of course, for Group A. So Bimit format is the same it's been for the earlier stages, guys. What we do at this point is we separate the remaining 16 teams into 4 groups of 4, and then we do a simple double elimination bracket. Your winner bracket champions in each group are first place. The loser bracket champions are second, and third and fourth place are eliminated. So the winner of this match will go directly into that winner bracket finals and have a shot at being first place in the group. Navi, of course, to be the heavy favorites, but hey, with 1 and possibly 2 stand-ins, haven't profile checked that last player yet. Anything could happen, so you never know. But Merlini, with that being said, what do you think of the draft?
It was a pretty fast draft so far, and we see Arctic pick up the classic and very hated Caudal PL, as well as the Darkseer. And pretty standard draft from both teams. Nake's a little bit unusual ban. Definitely understand that, just judging by the recent games. And Bat was first picked by Navi. Looks like they're going for a very gank-oriented lineup with Bat, Rubik, and Nature's Prophet so far.
Yeah, and Caudal PL. Caudal PL. But, you know, I actually had the chance to cast with S4, it was a couple weeks back, and he said he doesn't have any problem with giving the combo away, but you just have to know exactly how you want to deal with it. You have to have a very clear game plan for attacking it. You can't just say, oh, we'll give away Caudal PL, and then we'll sit back, we'll relax, or, you know, we'll put a little bit of pressure on the laning stage. You have to have a clear plan for taking all the outer towers early. And Navi, with a Batrider to find those kills and Prophet to help push down the towers, seem to have the makings of one that looks like they could have their 2 solos and then potentially even aggressive try, but that'll really depend on these last 2 picks, which Rubik could be a part of that try lane if they want to do it, but they certainly don't have to. As far as their lanes, they are wide open, but generally, I mean, you don't want to give the PL free farm. You also don't really want to go aggressive tri lane versus Keeper of the Light, so we'll see exactly what Navi looks to do here.
So it looks like the 2 stand-ins are Axapa, and I'm not sure about the 5th player. I don't know who they're standing in for, though.
Whoops, I just realized I messed up my overlay. Sorry about that, guys, but you didn't miss too much of the draft. At least you catch it now, so go fire me. I was closing that window to shut up the delightful birds that Merlini was mentioning, and I'm sure the chat is raging as we speak, but no worry about that. So, on the side of Arctic, my one concern is they don't actually have a single stun. I'm looking at a Phantom Lancer Keeper like Darkseer. Nothing to really counter-initiate when a Batrider jumps in right now.
I really hope they pick some sort of early game for these last 2 picks.
Like maybe something like a Shadow Demon, which Navi actually does not ban out here.
Yeah, I think that would work very well in their triple lane. And it provides very good defensive abilities for Phantom Lancer. I've seen a couple, I think it was you, I casted some of the Southeast Asian games, and they picked like Phantom Lancer and Shadow Fiend, and those never seem to work out in competitive play.
Yeah, the no stun lineups, not really a reliable way to play. Even in pub games, it's very hard, let alone in competitive play.
You got Mana Leak, don't forget.
Yeah, that's true. Vacuum into Mana Leak so you can reposition them, remove their mana a bit quicker. Maybe buy a 4 staff on Keeper of the Light and Darkseer, but that's stretching it.
Yeah, so it looks like Arctic are banning the good aggressive tri-lane heroes. Undying's very good, and Gyrocopter is also very good. So Arctic actually has a game plan with their second phase bans. And Navi just looks like they're banning Chen so that they have an easier time in their aggro tri lane. I definitely expect them to aggro try in this game. And Puck and Lone Druid are just very difficult to kill heroes, especially with their lineup right now.
Yeah, and their lineup, the Navi lineup, is really built on finding those early to mid-game kills and creating pressure off of them. So the Batrider gets his early blink, he goes and ganks, whether it's the Keeper of the Light or the Darkseer, and Prophet following up. Maybe if they run that Prophet as one of their solos and they do aggressive tri-lane with, say, Rubik, something like a Juggernaut plus Alina, which might be an option here for Navi, then you want the Prophet to join the lane, find the kills, and push the tower. So like you said, banning out those tanky heroes that are difficult to kill or survivable in other ways, like the Lone Druid or the Puck, I think makes a lot of sense. And on the side of Arctic, they'll finish this draft off banning out the Queen of Pain, so maybe eyeing something like a Brewmaster mid, some sort of mid-game controller that doesn't really match up well against Queen of Pain.
10 seconds.
Yeah, most of the really good solo mids have been banned. Magnus, Nyx, Puck, and Quap I would consider some of the stronger ones.
Yeah, there's definitely most of the premier mids are banned out at this point. And if for anyone just tuning in, if you're wondering where's Mousesports versus 4FC, it's actually going on now, but it's on our other stream. So if you want to watch that, head on over to twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit2. Blaze and Blitz will be casting that. And speaking of Blitz, Merlini, you guys have a bit of a subs tournament coming up.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be tomorrow at 18 CET. So my subs, Blitz's subs, Draskell, and Purge will all face off tomorrow in I think 8-team BO1 format.
But Blitz was talking smack. He was talking smack on Twitter. Not sure if you saw it yet, but he talks about that guy.
Oh, he'll get some shit talk back, don't worry.
Okay, good. So on the side of Arctic now, Darkseer probably going to be that offlane hero for them, and most likely can actually enter the lane. The one good thing is if Na'Vi does run that Prophet as a solo, it'll be a Darkseer versus Nature's Prophet, and that's a matchup that Darkseer does pretty well in. He'll be able to creep skip, he'll be able to pressure the tower. If Prophet does go ganking, he can push the tower down quickly, so I like the Darkseer pick this game, and I think it'll match up well against what Na'Vi has. They still need that solo mid, and they need that support for the tri-lane, and I almost want to say they should go something like Shadow Demon just to give them more defensive capability. And you mentioned Shadow Fiend as a sort of a joking option for Arctic, but it will actually come out for Na'Vi here, and I mean, what do we make of this? Is this a Dendi Shadow Fiend?
Looks like it's going to be. I love Shadow Fiend.
Opa.
He used to be really very, very popular, but I don't know. He just like dies all the time to ganks, unlike Magnus and Queen of Pain and Puck with their awesome escape abilities. So as long as we don't see too heavy roaming from Arctic, which we definitely shouldn't, given their lineup right now, Darkseer just usually chills in his lane, and the supports usually have to babysit the PL really, really hard. I believe Shadow Fiend will have a pretty easy early mid game.
Yeah, so they go back for the Bane in this situation. I was thinking maybe the Shadow Demon, since he's a great defensive hero, and obviously later on you can have two Phantom Lancer armies if it goes late game with Disruption. Both heroes can have one, the PL as well as the Shadow Demon, but the Bane is a potentially more aggressive tri-lane option if they want to go aggressive, and it's a PL Kotal. It's a lineup that mostly wants to farm, but they would have some killing power just between Illuminate being channeled while someone has slept, and then you follow up with Lances. And Na'Vi, they'll finish their draft with the Jakiro. So I'm really curious about this Bane pick. Maybe they just, what do you think? Do they just want that hero to counter-initiate against Batrider when he jumps in?
It looks like it. Bane, I would definitely prefer Shadow Demon over him, especially with the Phantom Lancer, because those Disrupt Illusions are very, very useful to have in the mid and late game. And I believe he's better for ganks because his spells are on shorter cooldown. But it also sets up for very easy Kunkka Torrents and Keeper the Light Blast. But, I mean, I'm not sure. I like Shadow Demon way more than Bane.
Maybe is it even dual lanes we're looking at? Are they looking at Bane?
It possibly could be.
Bane Kunkka mid, PL Kotal safe lane, and then Darkseer jungle or off lane?
Yeah, Bane Kunkka is a little bit difficult in middle because that combo needs a fair amount of chasing room. They have the sleep and the torrent, but it only slows for 1 and 2 seconds at levels 1 and 2 respectively, and usually that's just not enough to guarantee a kill if you can't chase for a little bit longer.
5 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is you don't have Soul Catcher, so you have to be able to get the Brain Sap off, whereas with Shadow Demon you just land the Disruption, you land the Soul Catcher, you torrent, you cleave, and a hero like Shadow Fiend will almost die to that. So it's a lot of burst damage against a squishy solo mid, and it will be in the hands of Dendi of all things. So I'm actually going to take this moment to... oh, it looks like we only have one stand-in today. So I'm not sure who Axe Yappa is, but it looks like Funnick is in fact in the game. So Na'Vi, everybody except for Captain Puppy here. Guess he's sleeping in.
Axepa's been around for a long time. He used to play with Godblack a fair amount.
Oh really? I'm not familiar with that name. Does he have another alias or Bulletproof?
No, it's just Axepa. I forgot the team that.
Oh, it's Mag. Oh, it's Mag. Okay, follow Mag. Yeah, he's from Darer. I remember Mag. I haven't heard him play under this name, but you're right. He's been around in a while for the CIS scene, so definitely not some random guy off the street. But hey, random guy off the street has worked for Na'Vi. That's where Admiral Bulldog got his start, so you can't really question that too much. But yeah, not a random guy off the street in this case. So looking at the drafts overall, Na'Vi's given away PL Kotal as well as Darkseer, a great turtling lineup from Arctic. Arctic seem to have decently strong lanes. What do you think about what Na'Vi's done with this draft, and what would you like to see from them as sort of the game develops?
Well, it looks like they're just looking to play very, very aggressively. I still don't know exactly how they're going to do their lanes. I'm not exactly sure where Furion and Bat are going to go because, as you said before, the Furion versus Darkseer matchup is not a very good matchup for Prophet. You want him to have like a relatively easy lane or at least start off in the jungle. So if they put a Furion in the safe lane and an aggressive triple, then I don't think it's going to turn out too well for the triple lane or for the Furion. So I think they actually may do a sacrificial off lane.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think it looks more like we'll just send someone to the jungle, and then we won't even bother with the off lane, or it'll be a Batrider there at the worst, and Prophet in the jungle, and I mean, who are you going to try lane with at the end of the day? Batrider, Jakiro, Rubik isn't that bad in the laning stage, actually, but if it doesn't go well, then your Batrider will have his Blink Dagger significantly delayed, his level 6 delayed as well. So, bit of a risk there from Na'Vi. They're not going to take in the end. And with that being said, it's time to introduce the teams in this best of 3. So, on the Dire side, we have Mag, formerly of Dare, or Axiapa. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Playing the Batrider. Looks like they might go aggressive trying at least to start. We do see the early Rain of Protection picked up on that Batrider. Havost playing the Jakiro. KuroKy on his signature Rubik. It really has been a signature hero since he joined this team. Funnick taking the Nature's Prophet solo mid, lending his talents there. And then Dendi, who has been pulled pretty decently, starting with an extra healing salve here. He'll be playing that safe lane. Actually a salve as well as set of tangos, playing that Shadow Fiend.
And for Radiant side, we have Misko on Bane. Looks like he is already heading top in the triple lane. We have Smash on Phantom Lancer, Mihawk on Darkseer, Masoku on Keeper the Light, also in the triple lane, and Iwo, the last hero, Kunkka.
Yeah, this is Team Arctic, a team from Peru that is not particularly well known, but has actually had some decent results. They personally impressed me a lot in the group stage, making it here, and we'll see what they can do. It's obviously a tough task being up against Na'Vi. Hey, Na'Vi is using the stand-in. You do have Kotal PL at the end of the day, and you know, we've seen teams, I've definitely seen some lesser teams take games off of the top teams with this combo. Not to say that Arctic is a lesser team, but certainly not the favorites in this series. So let's see what they could do. But off the bat, it's the PL by himself bottom lane. Maybe expecting a 1v1 matchup here. He ain't going to have too much fun against this aggressive tri-lane, if that is indeed the case. And for the moment, it seems like it is.
The battle begins.
Yeah, that's a very scary lane for a solo Phantom Lancer. And Kuro just dropped a ward right here, so he will spot the solo hero. Although, I do believe that they expect the supports to be down there too.
And Arctic's going to rotate there. So it looks like, well, are they? Keeper the Light thinks about it, then he heads back top.
It's the decoy. Decoy carry.
PL says, I got this tri-lane, no problem, guys. You go top. You go win your lane top versus Dendi in that safe lane, and I'll hang out bottom. They've already spotted the PL here, but they don't know if the Keeper of the Lights may be lurking behind the trees, so they're not sure where those heroes are yet. Oh, and we'll now see Kunkka sitting in the lane. This is something Na'Vi has done in the past where you don't show your tri-lane off the bat. You try to bait them into a false sense of security, and here we go. The sleep is going to come in, potentially, but no, now the dual lane revealed, so... And they are not going to go for any sort of shenanigans.
Looking for a sleep. Circling from behind with an invisibility rune, though.
Looking for a sleep, maybe? No, not going to go just yet. And for the moment, it looks like we are going to have just KuroKy hiding out in the jungle. The rotation in from Havost to the top lane that you mentioned. So Havost playing support this game.
Yep, a little bit unusual for him, but flexibility of Na'Vi players is pretty good. So I'm not too worried about his performance on a support hero.
And now that they have Jakiro on this lane, it gets a lot harder for Arctic to actually get aggressive. We'll see if they can pull it off. Spamming Illuminate behind the tower for the moment. Dendi, having been pulled some regen, won't really care too much. And looking at the trade so far, Dendi getting some farm top lane, the PL getting a little bit bottom as well. So the two solo lanes look relatively, or the two carry lanes look relatively even so far. Mid lane, we have a 6-0 Darkseer, and then on the other side, Funnick sitting pretty comfortably at 5-3 mid, so doing really well as that Nature's Prophet, actually, considering you're always last hit under tower in this lane. And what do you think of the way the lanes are developing so far?
I don't think it's going too bad for Arctic. I actually thought that PL was going to be shut down pretty hard, but it looks like both of the late games, Shadow Fiend and PL, are getting a little bit room to breathe. PL did get pulled a little bit on bottom. He got pulled a set of regions, so it should be a little bit easier for him. Kuro is having a fairly hard time zoning him out simply because of...
Top lane, they'll go on Dendi now. The Illuminating Channel could be our first blood. One more hit. brings him down. The rotation from KuroKy, but he's dropping low as well. He'll go down too. Easy double kill for the captain, Misko, and now they want some more. Now they want Havos. Where's that turret? Not going to find it in the end, and now Misko on the way out. They force a double TP. Dendi has to buy one after dying. Funnick has to teleport in. Make it a triple TP because KuroKy joins the lane as well. In the end, they get the first blood. They get the 2-for-1. Arctic, and now their PL. He'll get some farm.
Dire's middle tower
Wow.
is under attack.
Didn't see that one coming.
I know, I have not seen this triple lane before, but it looks like it's doing very well. Although Shadow Fiend, this is his weak point though. If he just survives through this 1 through 6 phase with Mineral Deaths, then he can definitely make a big impact mid game. But this is definitely Shadow Fiend's Achilles heel.
Bottom lane, Smash is starting to get some farm now, as I mentioned. He's up to 9-1 actually. Still under heavy harassment, heavy aggression from Mag, but hey, he's at his tower. He'll have his Tranquil Boot soon. Then the lane starts to get a bit easier. He's already picked up that early Magic Stick to deal with the sticky Napalm stacking, and on the side of the Batrider, being in a dual lane for a little bit is going to delay his level progression, but now he's left to his own devices and should hopefully be able to hit a relatively early 6. We may see KuroKy come back down here later, but for the moment, he's parked up top, and he's needed up top. But they're up against a very difficult lane. Where's that turret? Looking for KuroKy now. Turret to fly. Illuminate being channeled. Looking for the kill here. KuroKy dropping fast and no backup in sight. He will go down again. Arctic just smacking Na'Vi around to the laning stage, now leading 3-1. Really flexing their muscles.
That Ice Pass from Ho actually just barely missed the Keeper of the Light, so he was able to channel a full Illuminate there.
Yeah.
And very narrowly missed.
And I mean, earlier I think the Ice Path might have missed as well, and the other thing is when you're up against this combo, you can always steal the Nightmare off of your teammate if you want to try and disrupt the Torrent Sleep combo, but we haven't really seen that yet. Not sure if he's attempted it and was just late, but something to keep an eye on for Havost, or potentially even KuroKy.
Dendi opts for an early Belt of Strength instead of a Boots of Speed. That's actually a pretty good choice by him because I don't think Boots is going to save him from the burst, whereas 6 Strength, around 115 HP, definitely may save him.
Mid lane, asleep onto Funnick, but it was actually taken off by Misko. Now Funnick looks for a TP out. There is no vacuum yet, so he'll get away in the end. But Misko forcing that Prophet back to base, a small little victory. Of course, he can buy a teleport scroll, come back in, and Funnick, he's going full money build. He's picked up his early Gloves of Haste, heading towards Midas. And while that was happening, I missed a solo kill bottom. Looks like Mag has found the kill in the PL, and to be honest, not that unusual. Mid lane, though, they'll go in on Mihawk, who now gets sprouted up, has no more tangos, wisely executed by Na'Vi. Mihawk on the run. He's still alive. He'll bottle up. The Prophet ult splashes through, but won't have the vision for him. Meanwhile, on the top lane, it's KuroKy gets caught. Misko has already returned to this lane, pulling the aggression back out. Iwo on the run. Masuku gonna try and scare Dendi off. If he had those boots now, he'd probably be getting some kills. The torrent is gonna hit. Dendi's gonna have to back off here. One more Illuminate could kill him. He's still chasing. He wants Iwo. The Illuminate comes in. The long range raise just a tiny bit short. Now Havos joins the fight. Here comes Prophet. Sees that Midas. Wants that Midas. Can he get it? Iwo gonna die at the tower, and nice job juggling the tower aggro. Havos only takes one shot. He will live. So Na'Vi strike back. It started 3-1, and it's now 4-3.
That would be Funnick's Midas. 5 minutes, 6 minutes is not a bad timing at all.
Yeah, pretty damn good, especially when you consider that he's been forced to buy a teleport scroll. He had to go back to base earlier. He bought a bottle first as well. Or was that a teammate's bottle? Because I definitely could have sworn I saw a bottle on him earlier. Maybe I'm going insane. Maybe I'm... Nope, that's the Darkseer. I'm just going insane. Okay. Nothing to see here, guys. But yeah, I mean, that's still a pretty decent Midas time, all things considered. If you get first blood, it can be a bit faster, but aside from that...
Looks like Arctic supports have rotated bottom trying to babysit this PL. He is sitting at a pretty 31 last hits, though, so that's not bad at all. Batrider just a little bit ahead at 36.
And Batrider looks to be in trouble. Full duration Illuminate, followed up by the Lance. 4 heroes converge on the bottom lane, and they will pick off that Batrider. Mag, his Blink Dagger, if he's going for it, will be delayed. Has actually opted for the Reign of Basilius just to try and pressure the PL's lane a bit and be able to dive him more effectively under the tower. Doesn't have his Tranquil Boots yet.
When he said Mag going for Blink Dagger, I was like, wait, there's a Magnus in the game? And then I was like, oh no, it's Axe.
Yeah, the player Mag, not the hero. then you'd probably be more confused than me if you totally missed the presence of an entire hero in this game, Merlini, but in fact you have not. I'm the only insane one in this cast. So Darkseer picks up an early Arcane Boots. I think that's a very good choice because they need to apply a lot of early pressure.
so they can make some space for this Phantom Lancer, because that is their hope and savior late game.
Man, the movement of this team from Arctic, just relentless. Look at this, constantly teleporting in, moving. We've seen Misko gank mid, we've seen him show up bottom, now he's back towards top lane. He has really been all over the place, and like you said, it's all about pressure. So items that allow you to apply pressure, heroes that allow you to apply pressure. Give the PL some space, he'll pay you back later. He really needs the help, though. Is currently, well, he's close to maybe a Blade of Alacrity. His CS is not bad. Actually, his CS is better than I even thought it would be. 35-4. So, still, the mid game is going to be scary. Once Bat has his blink, even as a PL, if you're not careful, can be caught out. So, they'll need to keep the pressure up, and they look to do it here top, pushing the lane quite aggressively.
Looks like both teams trying to get some vision out right now. Ooh.
Well, that was happening. Darkseer goes down mid. Didn't have... It looks like he used the vacuum, but wasn't able to escape, so Prophet's ult must have clipped him there, and that Sprout can prove to be a nuisance if you don't use your vacuum at the right time, so we'll see. But they get the tier 1 top in exchange, and I think for Arctic, this is okay. Sure, you're giving up a kill in your Darkseer. He's an important hero later on, but he's already had a decent start, and getting the towers, that's going to make Dendi a lot more scared.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yep, and it looks like Na'Vi supports are out leveling Arctic supports pretty heavily. It looks like both level 4 for Bane and Keeper, and Kuroki just hit level 6 in middle.
Yeah, that early movement, this is the trade-off. Even with finding kills, if you don't find the kills, then you're sitting level 2 or 3 right now. But they found a bunch. They've given away a few in exchange, so a little bit under level. But the good news is they have items. Arcane Boot's already up on the Bane. Not the Keeper of the Light, though. He's rather poor, but here we go middle lane. They're going to start to pressure, and Phonic teleporting in bottom. Just going to die bottom. They want to go and smash. I think they have detection for him. Do they? Batrider is dust. Smash it on the run. Can he get away from this? It looks like he'll be okay for the moment. In fact, Jakiro, the one to go down first to the tower, and now a teleport in from Misko. The land spam, bringing Kuroki low. It's going to be Brain Sap Wars. Sap one, sap back. But in the end, Na'Vi lose too. The lasso at Misko. And now I think Mag's got to be careful. If that torrent hits, he's dead. He might be dead anyway. He wands up. He's trying to man fight his way out. He'll get the kill, but he trades away his life. They don't kill the Phantom Lancer at the end, and they give away 3 for that. Gotta say, expensive trade for Na'Vi. And what's worse is they didn't get the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, I'm surprised they choose Caudle as their main target. He was like in a very safe position down here, and PL was like out of here and about a little bit. They didn't even dust him.
Yeah,
they don't want to kill the PL.
I guess they just felt like they couldn't get him. We'll see a vacuum mid lane to remove those trees, and this time Mihawk will be able to escape. So now looking at all the towers of Na'Vi really starting to take a lot of chip damage. The tier 1 top already fell. The mid tower is very low. Almost in deny range, in fact. And the bottom tower is taking about 500 damage. And that's a PL versus a Batrider who went for an early Rin of Basilius. Not a lane that you would normally expect to push too much.
Yeah, there's been very good rotation from Arctic, but in the meantime, their trade-off is giving Dendi some free farm. At last, he says. At last, he gets some breathing room.
Man, they've really shut him down in the laning phase, but Shadowfeed is such a good comeback hero. If the supports are stacking some camps, looking to get aggressive, they may see it, and they want to find Dendi. They're smoked up here. They have Fiend's Grip. If they can catch him now, he's dead. Oh, Dendi. Oh, Dendi, about to be so sad. Here comes the torrent, the auto attacks, the earn charge. Dendi is low, and Dendi will fall to a Brain Sap. An easy kill. Great movement through the laning stage from Arctic. Whatever else you want to say about this team, their movement this laning stage has been very impressive. Mid tier 1 is low. It will go down to the Radiant. The trade is Mihawk. Mihawk will die. 2 heroes join the fight mid, and now Masuko looking to run away. So that's now 2 tier 1s going down. Misko struts in from behind. Are they really going to man up for this? This Illuminate has to be big. It has to hit. It will only clip 1. They won't commit in the end. And PL continues to find a little bit of farm bottom. In fact, a lot of farm bottom. He's almost got his Diffusal Blade. This is pretty insane farm. I guess it's all the assist and tower gold he's been given, though. Yeah,
very nice play by this PL so far. Hasn't managed to die too many times, and just contributing a lot to this early game. It looks like Na'Vi wants to continue aggression down here, though, especially with his aggressive ward. And it looks like this tower will probably go down uncontested.
Yeah, they're gonna get the tier 1 bottom, so that will be the trade. And for on the side of Arctic, I think they're not really happy about that. But you get your Diffusal Blade up on your Phantom Lancer, then pushing the next set of towers is gonna be a whole lot harder for Na'Vi. And here's the question for Na'Vi: is without the Blink Dagger on Batrider, well, it's actually coming soon. But until they have it, there's nobody else to start the fights. And even once they do, if he jumps in and gets slept, then illuminated, then eats a lance, he's pretty much dead. So with the Bane pickup, the Batrider initiation is not that guaranteed.
And by the time he has Blink, Arctic will be very, very close to the core items on their carries. Kunkka has his Claymore just 1,000 away from completing his Shadow Blade, and Phantom Lancer very, very close to his Diffusal Blade. Already has 2 Blade of Alacrities in his stash and Rub with the Magi in his inventory.
Yeah, and the Kunkka, not far off that Shadow Blade that you were mentioning, and that's pretty scary. A Kunkka with the Shadow Blade is going to hurt against Na'Vi, and it removes one of their strengths, which is the Trance ability to push. Gotta say, Arctic has come out swinging this game, and I definitely give them a huge advantage if this goes late game. KuroKy is Rubik, so potentially could steal some big spells like the Ghost Ship, the Darkseer Wall, the Vacuum, and it is Na'Vi. But all that being said, strategically, if this was just any 2 random teams, I would say the team with the PL Kotal, Darkseer has the big advantage at this point, just based on the hero composition and the way the game is developed. So for Na'Vi, I think their work is by no means done yet. They got to keep on finding kills. It was Arctic who was aggressive in the laning stage, but it's Na'Vi who really have to be aggressive now. And KuroKy will come in mid. He'll actually steal out Illuminate. A great little spell for them if they want to push. Tier 1 will go down bottom. And that Diffusal Blade, I think it's just about finished. Is it actually on the Courier? It is. I think they have level 6 of their Keeper of the Light. They do, so they can recall him in. He's got the Diffusal Blade. Na'Vi, they've taken the tier 1 mid, they've taken the tier 1 bottom. They'll now rotate on Smash. Nope, Prophet will cancel his TP. Actually going Shadow Blade, and here comes the gank train. Here comes the party. They might find this Courier. 2 hits, 3 hits. Courier's dead, and now onto PL. Can they find him? He'll juke north. The Illusion will head south, and Smash will actually run right by KuroKy. Sentry Ward, not going to be deployed.
Dust is popped by Havos.
Oh, didn't even see that, but yeah, out of range at the end. Looks like, and Smash will get away. But they get the Courier, so Na'Vi gets a decent little boon there of their own.
Yeah, it looks like Arctic really wants to defend these towers, but I think their carries are in a much safer position if they don't fight right now. And again, they do have this late game. Shadow Fiend only has a Yasha at this point, and it's still very poor compared to Arctic's carries.
We're not seeing that Dendi Blink Dagger Eul Scepter pub build. We're seeing a little bit more of a serious competitive build here, and interesting that he's not going for BKB this game, because there's a lot of magic damage. There's Illuminate, there's the Turret, the Boat. There is a decent amount of physical damage as well with the Kunkka Cleave, so it's not that it's not understandable, but even stuff like the Purge and the Lance Spam can be very annoying for a Shadow Fiend, so going for more of a split push build.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for him to live in team fights. If he gets caught by the Vacuum, Torrent, and Boat combo, he's definitely dead.
Oh man, top lane, looking at Dendi, but the rotation is going to be here. Rubik coming in from the back lines. Still has Illuminate picked up, but not finding anywhere to spam it. Would probably love to be stacking some creeps. Mistcoat strutting in, looking for KuroKy. Here comes that Prophet teleport from the backside. Do they have a Sprout? They don't need it. The sleep will allow Mistcoat, I believe, to get away. Maybe not. With a Flame Break here, he'll be in trouble. The Torrent will connect, so it's really up to this Batrider. Got to stack up a few napalms and then go for it. And on the backside, it's Havos. He wants to set up a double kill, but in the end, it looks like the Bane might be the only prize. Ewo barely gets away. That was a lot closer than I thought it would be. So they get 2 in the end. They'll trade a tier 1 bottom in exchange for doing so. But Na'Vi's starting to find those kills.
Yeah, Arctic making pretty good trades. The Bane did get picked up, but they're applying continual pressure to towers, and PL is still farming away. 1,200 gold after his Diffusal Blade.
And, well, Keeper of the Light not farming away anymore. He stayed bottom 1 wave too long. He'll die. And on, like you said, they're getting the farm up. Kunkka now has a Shadow Blade, which, all things considered, is a pretty damn fast Shadow Blade. And that's largely due to tower gold, but he's also just been farming to the lanes pretty well. The Phantom Lancer, as well as the Kunkka, sitting slightly below in terms of CS, but not really by a huge margin at that. And you got to imagine they'll make better use of this farm later on, especially that Phantom Lancer. Now up to 1,400 gold in top lane. We'll see a bit of a push attempt. Ice Path going to come out. We'll catch Ewo. But they're going to lift him as well. Can they really go in all the way for this? The Torrent will come. Gonna miss completely. Now even manning up here. Oh, he might die for his insolence. He will get caught by the Sprout. Blocked away. Now the Trance Summon. And Dark's here to join the fight next. The chase is on. Smash hunting Dendi in the trees. Phantom Lancer gets 1. He gets 2. That's a double for Smash on the backside. It will be Funnick who comes with that YOLO Shadow Blade. Looking for kills. Looking for vengeance. Mag flying high, pulls in 1 with the lasso across the hill. It's the Keeper of the Light, who's in a bit of a pickle. But he's fairly tanky. He's fairly survivable for the moment. He will finally go down. He wants Funnick. Won't quite find him. Funnick now, all of a sudden, Kuroki, Funnick, the Batrider, they come in, they clean up. Dendi dies again, but a 4 for 2. The only bad news is they didn't kill the Phantom Lancer, and he got 2 kills. But still, Na'Vi with the better fight.
Yeah, it was looking very good for Arctic there until that whole shenanigans at the secret shop. They almost get on ahead.
Yeah,
but
Keeper of the
Dendi
Light
did die.
just like being pulled all over the place, man. He must have been felt a little bit stretched thin there.
Yep, that is the power of Batrider, being able to drag the fight wherever you want it to, and that's a very unfavorable position for Keeper to be pulled into.
I think any position that involves a Batrider for Keeper of the Light is generally an unfavorable position.
Yeah.
Unless he's on your team. And we'll see Na'Vi just retreat back into their jungle, now sitting on about a 2,000 gold lead, a 7k experience lead. So the experience lead, actually pretty massive at this point. The gold, well, it's a lot more even. And you mentioned the underleveled supports. I imagine we still see that now. Yeah, looking at a Bane as well as a Keeper of the Light, 7 and 8. Sure, Jakiro is 8, but then you look at a hero like Kuroki. He's level 10 on his Rubik, so finding a lot more space in this mid game, and that might just profit. Maelstrom up, Funnick going for more of that. Just pure split push, AoE, carry. We'll see what he goes for next. Skipping the Orchid, skipping any sort of control, but he'll be their damage dealer this game. Because Dendi's not really reliable damage. He's a little squishy in the fights.
Yeah, his net worth, Funnick's net worth is way ahead of anybody else's.
Funnick, he teleported in bottom, but there was a sentry ward here. They saw him coming, and they'll pick him off. So immediately after securing a Roche, Funnick gets a little greedy, pays with his life. Arctic showing some good map awareness.
Still babysitting his PL. I mean, they always do have him to worry about. They might be coming out ahead on team fights, but there is always that thing in the back of your mind. It's like, man, we got to deal with this PL come 35 minutes if we don't kill him. And he is sitting at 4-1, only 1 death, and that was very early in the game. And I hope Na'Vi picks up a gem early and tries to put out pressure on these 2 Invis heroes.
They have a lineup that's in theory very strong for ganking him, especially with the Nature's Prophet. If he goes early Orchid, Phantom Lancer, well, I mean, now he's got the Diffusal Blade, so it doesn't matter. But you could look to kill him off, or even going for that mid-game Slight Device. They have a decently mobile team with a Blink Batrider, as well as the Prophet. But going for an item like Maelstrom isn't really going to help you gank the PL in most cases. And to be honest, what's his record? We've barely seen him die. 4-1 and 3, there hasn't been much pressure on him aside for the laning stage. If you're this PL, you gotta be feeling like, man, they're making it easy for me to farm. I hope they wait another 20 minutes to push, then I'll be good.
So it looks like Dendi is going for the Shadow Blade. He almost has it completed, only 500 more gold into his Claymore. Kunkka is sitting up top, and he has been chilling there for a good minute. No, he's sleeping now.
I was gonna say, maybe they want to go for a big backstab, but Kunkka's not really your typical backstab hero, unless you just want the cleave from Shadow Blade. And in the end, he'll back off. They're unable to push, though, because they're up against that Keeper of the Light. They've really got to pick him, and the Batrider would be the obvious target, or choice to do so. Now he's got a 4-staff, so now defending gets a little bit harder. Our Keeper of the Light will need to sit quite far back, and could be in danger if he moves up. Here comes the Bat. Looking for the Firefly initiation. He's got the 4-staff as well. Watch for Kunkka maybe to be the target if he can jump him. He'll go in. He'll jump right in between 2 heroes. Now goes back onto Masuko, who is going to be caught. Lassoed back. Actually, the Ray's going to miss. Don't think it should matter. Masuko will go down. Not the smoothest initiation ever, but they find it. In the exchange, Na'Vi, they'll lose Funnick, and they'll lose... Oh, no, sorry, the Aegis is on Dendi. But they will lose Funnick, and without him, that's going to slow down their push. They'll look for this tier 1 top. I think they'll get it. No Keeper of the Light, so defending gets a bit hard. Are they going to try? They might. They're looking for a vacuum into Torrent into Ship combo. That Requiem of Souls will hit, though. Evo on the run. And it's going to be our Jakiro dropping low. Will he go down? Phantom Lancer not being dealt with. Not being contested yet. Just chasing the supports. Kuroki to fall. On the backside, it's Dendi. It's Kuroki, who will get Evo before going down. Sure, you're finding maybe some trades on the backside if you're Dendi, but... you're not dealing with the PL. Na'Vi just kind of ignoring him in these fights. He's showing up late, and he's having his way with them. He's got a Reaver. He's close to a heart.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, he is very rich.
And what are they going to do once he has a heart? I don't feel like they have enough damage to... I mean, they don't have much AoE. Shadow Fiend has nukes.
Maelstrom and Furion.
It's said tongue-in-cheek, of course. I don't think that's really much of a solution, and especially because Phantom Edge gives you magic resistance. We'll see how much it does. Funnick will come in. He'll look for a gank here, but he's on his own. Does he really think he can win this fight? He'll need the procs of his life. He will find them, but he'll die in doing so. And unfortunately, Smash getting the kill first, so he gets the experience, it looks like. But, hey, Funnick does find a solo kill. That was a rather bold move. I feel like if the illusions came out just a second faster, for our Phantom Lancer might have gone the other way.
Yeah, I actually don't think that he lost any gold from that. He had picked up his Reaver maybe like 50 or 100 from 2 creeps, but I think, yeah, PL definitely came up on top, and he got the experience.
Yeah, might have had a bunch of reliable gold, as he just hasn't been dying, so has been accruing, and hasn't spent his gold in a while, so accruing that gold from kills and assists, and maybe didn't lose anything to the end. And hopefully be close to the heart.
DS is just going for super team fight build. He has Mechanism, almost has his hood, and he will have his pipe completed pretty shortly. Na'Vi trying to finally get this T1 tower. They've been trying to put pressure on this for probably the last 10 minutes, but it is still standing strong, although there is no glyph for another 2 minutes.
I think
50 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like they'll get it now. If you're Arctic, I think your Phantom Lancer's... Well, you might TP in your Keeper of the Light, but he ain't defending this by himself. Not at this point. No glyph. He'll kill the wave. Na'Vi can muscle down the tower. The question really is if they go for more Batrider on the side, looking for the Firefly initiation once again. But already, Keeper of the Light backing off. If the Firefly goes down here, and Na'Vi don't find that kill, may have to back. They really need him to start the fights. He's still chasing. He's still going in, clearing out all the trees. Still not finding anything. So in the end, they get the tier 1, but Arctic not giving up kills. And now I think, with the Firefly down, can easily defend this tower.
Yeah, Na'Vi's really making a look good use of this Aegis. There's only 1 minute left on it, and they need to be very careful about that timing so that Dendy doesn't die without that Aegis in his inventory.
Effectively, they've gotten a tier 1 and some kills out of it. It hasn't really been the most effective Aegis yet. If they can get a tier 2, if they can win a big fight, that would be big. They'll jump in. They'll grab the Darkseer, but remember, he's got a hood. He's got a mech. He's dropping fast at that. He will fall. Smash caught out in the front of the fight. He'll go down as well. A great team fight initiation from Na'Vi, and now Arctic in a headlong retreat. The Illuminate comes through. Funnick, with his ultimate, in fact, looks like he picks up a kill there on the Phantom Lancers. He is currently bottom, pushing in the tier 2. Looking to force a rotation. We will see one coming for the Keeper of the Light. So Na'Vi getting a little aggressive here. They'll take 2 tier 2s off the back of that Aegis. Suddenly, a great fight for them. Now the ultimate orb up on Funnick, going for the Scythe device most likely. Na'Vi starting to really improve that map control. Pulling ahead in terms of gold. Experience had sort of evened out for a moment, but now going back their way more heavily. Na'Vi looking more and more in control of this game. But like you said, there's always that clock, and it's always ticking.
I was expecting a boat and Torrent very early, but PL was definitely out of position. He didn't even get lassoed. It was a Darkseer that got lassoed, but he still got by all the AoE follow-up, the Ice Path, the Requiem of Souls, and he really needs to watch his HP, especially if he doesn't have his heart completed yet. Yeah,
you'd really expect him to just be sitting back, spamming lances, let the illusions do the work, kite Na'Vi, throw a lance on the Batrider even so that he can't blink in. But getting caught there, that's not a good start, and this wouldn't be either. Mag looking for the initiation. Can he find it? He's got the vision. He'll blink in now, and he'll catch up the Darkseer once again. That's going to delay her pipe a little bit more. Now the Torrent catching Misko, holding him in place. He went for a Fiend Script. It gets canceled very, very early in this fight. Now the Illuminate comes through, and we'll see our Batrider kind of juking through the trees. Smash will find him with the lances. He could find a couple of kills here. They got to focus on Smash. They can't ignore him in these fights. He's being focused now. Funnick working. Smash is isolated. Smash doesn't have any backup. 2 of his heroes, allies dead, and now he'll fall. It's 3 on the sidelines. Now Na'Vi maybe looking at high ground. No PL. There is a Coddle, but he's healing for the moment.
Yep, and Batrider has his gem, so all this Shadow Blade and Juxtapose, or sorry, Double Walk is not proving very useful in these 5-on-5 team fights.
No shenanigans for you. Na'Vi, they're gonna push the tier 3 here, and there's Illuminate spam, but Na'Vi's heroes are getting to that point where they don't mind taking an Illuminate or 2. Funnick's gonna dodge that one. Just continue to chip away at the tower. That one hero creep, removing the backdoor protection, and now they'll go on the racks. PL coming back up at 25 seconds, but during that time, the push, well, there's your wall. So now Na'Vi may have to back. Torrent's gonna hit. Are they gonna follow this one up? Looking for it. Bringing Havo slow. A blink in for Misko. He'll initiate on the backside, and now he looks to run away. He'll hoof it out of here, but Funnick just manning it up with his auto attacks, able to get the return kill. Kunkka in exchange for a support Jakiro. I'll take that off from Na'Vi, but now I probably get out as our Phantom Lancer has returned.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rosh is back up, or should be very soon if it's not already, and we'll see. Misko, uh-oh. Is he gonna fight? Dendy for the moment is fine. No, now he's not. He'll explode. He'll get popped. Phantom Lancer throwing in the lances. Then he starts to melt real fast. Kuroki gonna be forced back. Surprised Na'Vi stayed because that Rosh is coming soon, and you really want to have the map control on your side before that next Rosh.
Yeah, I agree. That was definitely a pretty good time for Navi to back, but looks like PL will finally get the breathing room that he needs to get his heart. He's been sitting like 400, 500 gold away for the past like 5 minutes, but unable to complete it due to consistent pressure from Navi.
Yeah, he had it like 5 minutes ago. I mean, unfortunately, just kept on getting picked off, and I think there was at least that one fight where you could look to it and say, if his position was better, he wouldn't have died, or if he died, he would have gotten some kills first, at least contributed more. But aside from that, Smash, all things considered, sure, he's down by 6k, but it's to a Nature's Prophet and a Shadow Fiend. And a Shadow Fiend who's going for a Lincoln Sphere Yasha Shadowblade build, not really the hardest carry build by any means, more of just a kind of utility solo man mode build, but not something that will help you in the team clashes as much. So I think Smash is still okay, but he's really got to stem the bleeding. He's got to stop dying. He's got to get the heart, and then look towards the Yasha, the Diffusal too, and then they can fight a little more effectively. On the side of Navi, they can't get overconfident, Merlini. They still haven't broken the base. Sure, they have map control. Sure, they have some late game, but at the end of the day, it's Kotal PL Darkseer. You don't want to take too many risks.
This Furion's going to be a huge issue for Arctic as well. He already has his Scythe of Vice completed and 1,800 gold in his bank, so even if they don't have Shadow Fiend with the... He only has 1,000 HP.
Oh, the fight, Funnick, the blink, the sleep. You said he'd be a huge issue. And he would be, but now he's dead. A wild Kuroki struts in. There is a Batrider in this fight. The Prophet will buy back. Kuroki will look for a kill. The Prophet ultimate doing some good work there. Brings down our Keeper Light. Now Funnick teleports directly into the middle of the fight. Remember, this comes after a buyback, and Roche is back online, and he's second now. It's up right now. Well, and they gave away the gem. That is not a good fight for Navi.
Not at all.
Jeez, and what a time for it. Roche back online. Daddy will try to push the top lane and force the rotation, but if you're Arctic, you have Keeper of the Light, so getting the lanes pushed out really isn't that big of a problem.
Yeah, just as I was talking about the Furion, he dies twice. That's a huge fucking blow to Na'Vi.
A rare F-bomb from you, but
I know.
thoroughly
I'm
justified.
I was very surprised by that move. They had this game like going very, very well for them, and now they have to hold it back a little bit. They really want to just take these Raxes right now, and they probably will do so with his Aegis, but still, Funnick was doing very, very well, and that was just a huge setback. I think he lost around 2,000 gold from that.
Yeah, and he's been sitting on the sidelines, during which time Arctic can push out the lanes much easier, because there's no Prophet ultimate, there's no constant trans spam in the lanes to apply some momentum in the favor of Navi, and they will get the Roche, they'll get the Aegis up on Dendi. He's now completed his Lincoln Sphere, so the initial Lance, the initial Brain Sap, or not Brain Sap, but Fiend Script, or Sleep, the Nightmare, won't really be there, won't really have to frustrate him. He'll actually Shadow Blade in towards the base, and oh, they don't have any sentries. Might be able to find a little bit of an opening here. Nope, not gonna go just yet. Sentry deployed by Havost on the high ground, so Navi, they see all, they know all. There is a glyph, but this is gonna be a tough fight with that Aegis online. Funnick, remember, no buyback for him if he dies. There's your lasso, set up by the Observer Ward, placed on the high ground. But Darkseer not dead, not pulled all the way down. The Fiend Script is there, bringing our Batrider low, and that's what stopped him from pulling him over the edge. Ewo, caught in the middle of the fight, will go down. Now Smash starting to accrue some illusion, starting to build up that army, and he's chasing the supports. Dendi manning up. Smash once again seems to be fighting on his own. Where's the team? Where's the backup? The Requiem comes, but it's Funnick who finds Mihawk, brings him down low. Dendi on the run. Smash, he's gotten 2 supports now. He wants that extra support though, as he's killed off the Batrider. He's killed off the Rubik. He's looking for more. Dendi manning up versus him. Where is the help for Smash? It isn't there. Smash is low. Smash is running. Havost has the gem. Won't find him with that dual breath. Now looking for some auto attacks. Might even die to Smash if Dendi doesn't give the chase as well. Oh, his heart, the regen's coming through. What a crazy chaotic fight. It's not even done yet. Dendi's still in the chase. A blink, a sleep. He might be able to get 3 kills here. I don't think they can deal with Dendi. Maybe with the Illuminate. Maybe then. The Ice Path comes through, but that's only the Aegis. He comes back now, and he comes back strong. Smash has to go heal. Funnick TP's in. He's rejoined the fight. They want Mihawk. Dendi gets pulled in by the vacuum. Triple for him. Buyback from our Bane. And now Misko tries his best to defend Dendi. This gem is being passed around like a hot potato all over the place. Now a blink, a lasso onto Ewo, who gets pulled back into the flames, into certain death. Now the Rex, finally to fall. Smash, teleports on top of the entire Navi squad. Dendi says, fine, I'ma kill you now. Doesn't quite kill him, but brings him low. They get the melee Rex. What a ridiculous sequence of events. And the Navi looking good here. Killing off Misko next. Misko, he'll drop. When it's all said and done, the bodies hit the deck, Navi takes Rax, and they want more.
Yep, even with 2 buybacks, they still that ages on Dendi. Man, Dendi's just a beast at this point.
You know, I was saying his build's not really the best combat build, but it has not been the smoothest engagements for Arctic. We haven't seen that big vacuum turret boat combo, and if that's the case, then this build really lets you do work. So Dendi showing the power of some unconventional items, and also just what happens if you ignore Shadow Fiend for the latter 25 minutes of a game or so. And Funnick, despite that earlier death, it looks like Na'Vi are in decent position now to take this game number 2. They blink in for Mag. The vacuum into the wall, though. Na'Vi going to be fighting in that wall. A counter vacuum stolen by KuroKy into a Requiem. A nice little combo there, but it seems like the wall is the real hero of this fight. They'll get a double kill. Na'Vi going to be forced back. They did get 1 lane of Rax. They haven't won this game yet by any means. Dendi's still running, but the Lance will track him down. If they can kill him, they get a gem. And I think they just might be able to. They need a turret here. Nope, Shadowblade as well as Yasha. Looks like it'll be enough. No, maybe not. He stopped to farm. He stopped to farm. Are you really still chasing me, Dendi Saint? Are you really still chasing me? Indeed we are. Illuminate comes through. They don't actually have detection, do they? Nope. Dendi's just going to turn it around. Now the dust comes from the Phantom Lancer. They'll get Dendi with this. Nope, maybe not. There's your Lincolns, but the Purge on top of it. Now the auto attacks coming through. Dendi's still running for his life. All the way across the map. Chase from the base to the shadow of Roshan. Gem hits the floor. Our PL doesn't even care about that gem, apparently. Turns around, wants to find someone else. Another buyback. This one from Funnick. Like 20 buybacks this game, I feel. And now Funnick comes in. Sisa high ground Misko, who found his way up there, I imagine, through a flame break, is trapped. Will be picked off. Now Na'Vi, they have a 2 gem on their side edge, and with that, Merlini, I assume advantage Na'Vi at this point.
Yep. Wow. That was a huge 5 minutes of action. It was exciting to watch.
Yeah, I bet you were having fun. They literally chased him from the tier 3 bottom all the way to the Roche pit, to the hill where the ancients are. What a clowny little chase from Arctic, and I feel this game there's just been a few points where they pushed the issue a little bit too much against Na'Vi, and it's cost them in a few of them.
They did get the Shadow Fiend though, and his Aegis, but he's sitting very nicely on his items right now. They do need a gem right now. It kind of is unfortunate for them that they lost it, and they actually killed the Shadow Fiend, but it's still just sitting there, as you pointed out.
You need a gem? We got 2. Well, we will if we ever find it. They even sent their courier out. Na'Vi did, I think, looking for this gem, but weren't able to find it. Now Dendi, Demon Edge up for him, so getting bigger and bigger. And maybe Arctic will just stumble onto that gem, you never know. This is where you send your courier on a suicide mission to pick it up, but a little bit risky with Prophet afoot.
It just blends in with the shrubbery around there.
Yeah.
You can't even see it.
You need that camo.
Green gem?
You need that camo skin. That's imbalanced, man. Camouflage, that's what's up. But not seeing it yet, and still the gem on the floor. Maybe Na'Vi just don't care. They have 1 gem. 1 gem should be enough. And Dendi's going for full damage build. Pretty glass cannon, I gotta say, but it's working out okay. And the Lincoln Sphere stopping that initial lance has really kind of been a thorn in Arctic's side in these fights, because again, they're not really focusing him, and I still feel like Arctic, we talked about how hard they are to push against, but we haven't seen their team fight, right? We haven't seen a vacuum into a turret, into a boat. We haven't seen that big combo. Granted, it is hard to execute, but if they ever hit it, I just feel like the fights would go completely differently and much more in their favor than these chaotic skirmishes that we've been seeing.
Yeah, we saw that 4-person wall on bottom into the vacuum right around this area, but again, Na'Vi has been very, very good about splitting. It doesn't seem like they can ever get more than 2 heroes in a vacuum while they're attacking the Raxes or the towers.
And now Funnick has a BKB, and like that's going to make it even harder. Can't vacuum him anymore if he wants. He could just man up, hit away on the Rax, the TP out when he gets low. There will be a feed script to bring him down if that's the case, but that's pretty much it. Now a blink and a force up on KuroKy. Currently sitting on a vacuum of his own. Look for the vacuum into Requiem. We saw it last fight. It almost outdid the wall. Wasn't quite enough in the end. And the lurk on the high ground here. Arctic, slowly but surely, being sieged upon. Top lane, the pressure mounts. Bottom lane, the heroes arrive. And they'll look to do battle here. They'll deward. A blanket for KuroKy. Looks for the telekinesis. Won't find it. And now the lance. The grip will go on Mag, but it's canceled by a nice sight device from Funnick. And here comes the vacuum. The boat. A lot of damage being done. The wall deployed as well. The Illuminate comes through. Look at the AoE. KuroKy to drop. Smash on the chase. Dendi on the run. He's in trouble. He's got to teleport out. Where's that sleep? Not available. Great awareness from Dendi to get away there. Funnick will escape as well. But if they hit that combo, Na'Vi just cannot fight, and we see it there.
Yeah, just what you were talking about. So 36 minutes in, we finally see a very nice teamfight initiation from Arctic. Bat actually doesn't get the jump for the first time and costs Na'Vi the fight.
Yeah, great fight for them. And if you're Na'Vi, you're up by 20k gold, you're up by 15k experience. It should be your game. It really should. But I would not be feeling too comfortable in their shoes.
Yeah, the gold advantage is whopping 20,000 experience, around 15,000, and Roshan is about to spawn in looks like a little over 2 minutes, and this one will have the cheese.
The thing is, Smash has got 4k, and he's upgraded his Diffusal Blade bottom lane. Funnick's gonna get caught, he teleported in, it looks like by himself, he found Arkanka, but he'll pay with his life. Man, Funnick has just been suicide bombing this game, just teleporting into 3-4 heroes. And in that case, it'll cost him his life. And you gotta credit Arctic, they've been very quick to react to Funnick's movement. In a lot of cases, you could just do that, get out scot-free, but Arctic won't allow him to.
Look at these sentries everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of sentries. They have a gem too.
That's what, they have a gem now too. That's the best part. Oh, I was gonna say they didn't have one, but they got it back from that fight. And
PL has 5,200 gold.
Oh, they're gonna find a Wild Dendy top. They'll start with the, well, they'll follow up with a Fiend's Grip. He's dropping quickly. Here comes the teleports. They are fighting outside of the base. Not really the ideal engagement area for them. Dendy is low. He'll pop. He'll explode. And now it's just the Batrider who's left, forced to run away. He has boots of travel. He was the one who's joining that fight. In the end, they get Dendy. And every time they're finding a kill, look what happens. Smash farms and farms and farms. He's probably got his Yasha. No, he's going Butterfly. And he's got it pretty much after this wave. One of the buyback, but he's like 150 gold away. Na'Vi, these deaths could be the thing that cost them this game. You die a few more times like that, Phantom Lancer will have a Manta style. You might even work towards that Daedalus, and then good luck winning the fights.
Arctic is holding on for dear life right now, and it is a little bit of a risky move for Phantom Lancer to not have, because Na'Vi is going to have a lot to burn through if they get this next Roshan.
Yeah, if they get the next Aegis, the racks are exposed right now. The melee bottom is sitting at about half health. There is a glyph, but that won't matter when your Phantom Lancer is level 23. He'll have nearly a 90-second buyback. Smash will be out of the fight forever, so he can't die. If he dies, if he gets caught out like we saw in the earlier clashes, Arctic probably just flat out lose, unless Na'Vi get wiped and killing him.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit risky for them. Merlini, if you're on Arctic right now, you pretty much sit back, farm up your PL's buyback, and just turtle, right?
Yep, that seems like the very safe plan. But I mean, Na'Vi is going to get this Aegis, and they can't really do anything about it right now. They can't really fight at that area. They don't have the positioning they need to set off a good initiation from the wall, the vacuum, the X, the torrent. But looks like they will contest it. They have smoked up and are on their way there.
Maybe they'll catch Na'Vi with their pants down here. Not even an Observer Ward place. Na'Vi are just fully confident that there won't be a gank coming from the looks of things. Dendy's gonna Shadow Blade his way, and he's got a Daedalus now, but he's still very squishy. It will be Arbane who starts the fight. He'll sleep out Jakiro. They want to bring him down, but they want to focus on the others. They'll actually get knocked up onto the high ground. Oh no. Smash just charged into the middle of the fight. Funnick, no detection for him just yet. There's your vacuum, your wall, doing big damage. Where's the boat follow-up? Not seen it just yet. Kunkka running one way. They haven't brought anyone down. A BKB forced out from Funnick. Arctic are gonna drive Na'Vi off the pit, but they are actually the ones down a hero at this point. Funnick with no BKB. Maybe Na'Vi can't fight. Maybe they just can't fight anymore. At least not until that BKB comes up. The wall blocking them, zoning them away from the pit. We'll see. Oh no. Funnick being hunted. Misko looking for him. He needs to eat his way into the sprout. He can't. Funnick with the big plays. Barely able to escape. If he died there, that really would have hurt. Well, actually, he'd buyback, but still. So Na'Vi with the wall down. I think now the Roche should be theirs for the taking.
Yeah, it should be, but I'm scared. I'm scared for Arctic. They need some PL illusions up, and they really do need to try and contest it. But I don't think they're in a position to. Again, the positioning is just very difficult.
Oh, what a play by Smash. He baited him with his illusion. He microed it like a champ. Now the Lasso's down, and the Firefly. So Na'Vi using, I mean, really their biggest advantage at the Roshan pit. It's the Batrider, and now it's down.
Yeah, they are going to have to come back and defend, though. This Furion on the left side is going to put a lot of pressure, and they can't afford to give up another Rax, especially on the left side, because that's the only T3 tower up left right now. But if Arctic is forced to retreat right now, they just get a free Roshan. So it's a lose-lose for Arctic.
And they're just going to say, screw it, we're going at Dendy mid. Lancing him out. The thing is, like you said, if they get the tier 3 top, then that's 2 lanes of exposed Rax. If Na'Vi even win a fight by a tiny margin, Funnick TP's one side, the other heroes fight the other. They probably win the game. Mag jumping in, looking for a kill. The sight device on Kunkka, they'll catch him out. And this looks like a bad fight for Arctic. Now they're going to catch out Mihawk. The second hero caught out. Now Smash coming in, one by one, into the meat grinder, in fact. And now even throw a Fiend Script on long range by Mag. He's already done his job. Doesn't really care if he dies. Na'Vi just gonna crush their way through the middle lane. It looks like Funnick with a triple kill. If we don't have buybacks in Arctic, dare I say it, that might be multiple lanes of Rex. And looking at them now, Darkseer with buyback, that's it.
Yeah, this is the power of Furion that we see right here. He split pushes, and if you retreat, Na'Vi will just pick you off, and it just puts your team in a very bad position when you can't all retreat together like that.
We thought Arctic would look to Turtle based on their lineup. They wanted to go for something different just to kind of catch Na'Vi off guard with the smoke gank, with the contesting of the Roche Pit. But in the end, it cost them 3. They'll buy back on their Darkseer. The wall is back online now, but here goes Batrider once again. He'll get Lance, and with the Lance spam, can't actually use that Blink. He'll force it anyway. Now he gets Mono League. He could be dropping low here. A couple more Lances, if we get some illusions out, might put him into a bit of harm's way. Looks like Na'Vi are going to back off, go for Roche in the end. And Arctic look to contest again. Mag on the run. Still chasing to smash. He'll throw one more Lance, and that might be the last Lance. That might be it. Yep. Batrider to fall. Loses another gem. These gems are just not staying with their original owners for very long. I don't think they even noticed it, though. Yep, they don't even care, apparently.
Oh, no. Bane's going to pick it up.
Yep, Misko will grab that one, and... Well, now they get Roche. So they trade the Batrider for the Aegis, the cheese this time around, I believe. And yeah, it's on Havost. Havost of all here is the one carrying the cheese. Okay.
Funnick is super rich. He doesn't even have room for anything else for the Aegis or the cheese.
He's maxed
he has
out.
Plenty of money.
This is the bad thing for Na'Vi. Funnick, he's farmed too quickly. Now there's nothing left to buy. Could maybe look to sell some items here. Upgrade your Maelstrom into Mjolnir. Maybe even sell your Shadow Blade. But he's pretty much 6-slotted at this point. And he'll have to save for buyback. Doesn't have it right now, but will soon.
So it looks like Na'Vi is looking to end this game pretty shortly. Funnick is pushing in top lane, Dendi with the Aegis is pushing in bottom. And it looks like Arctic wants to 5-man gank Dendi, but he's already backing off into the jungle.
Yeah, Funnick's backing off into the jungle as well, so everybody just kind of retreating for the moment. And Dendi, he's getting close to his next item. Now up to 3,300 gold. Manta Style is available if he wants it. Would be somewhat helpful in these fights just for muscling down the racks, but we'll see what he goes for. Could even save for a Boots of Travel buyback. Already has the 1 extra life. Dendi, all the gold in the world. What will he buy? 20k gold lead for Na'Vi, 50k experience lead. It still feels like Arctic aren't out of this game just yet.
Yep, Misko does try and Fiend's Grip an illusion, though. I think Havost sent his illusion over there, and a big cooldown is used up, but...
Yeah, the Fiend's Grip is so crucial for them. A lot of these fights they've been winning, it's been catching a Nature's Prophet out, Fiend's Gripping him, catching Dendi out, Fiend's Gripping him, or even just Fiend's Gripping the Batrider when he jumps in. Like you mentioned in the last fight, disrupted the initiation, then Na'Vi, they couldn't take the fight because they really do rely on that Batrider to start it. It's a little different now with Dendi being this fat. He can kind of run in and scare heroes back, but at the end of the day, no Fiend's Grip. It's a small thing, it's a single hero target ultimate, but it's a pretty important one at that, and Na'Vi, they'll look to push in 2 lanes. Looks like they might finally be going for that second lane of Rax, 45 minutes in.
Yeah, they have a lot of buybacks, so I think it's going to be very difficult for Arctic to win this team fight after the Aegis, after the cheese, after the buyback from Furion, after the buyback from Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, our Jakiro's sitting on a buyback as well, and he's got the cheese as mentioned, so Illuminate will come in to start it off. Now, a blink away from Kuroki, just kind of toying right now. And here comes the Batrider. He came from the south. He'll drag smash directly back into Dendi and his big bad crits. We need to see something. A boat! A vacuum! It hits 5! Is it gonna be enough? They're all running. They're all trying to survive. Sorry, it actually hits 4 because Prophet's hitting the racks right now. Funnick pulls a fast one on him. They got everyone, but they didn't get Funnick. He gets 1 lane of Melee Rex. Now he's going to trot towards top. He's got a BKB. He will be slept here. If there's a Fiend's Grip, there is. The Torrent, then the Fiend's Grip. He will get his BKB off, but with his BKB, might be able to live. Might even be able to teleport out after these auto attacks. I don't know if they have the damage. He'll Scythe 1. Now Ada Lance. Now he looks to be in trouble. He'll be vacuumed back in. Will be picked off. An amazing fight for Arctic. They just one problem. They didn't catch Funnick and his YOLO Prophet with the backdoor Rax action.
Yeah, very nice combo from them. I like that initiation with the wall. Caught 4 of them.
The thing is, they went on PL, which you would think for Na'Vi is fantastic, because they have a lot of... Oh, Keeper of the Light. Not sure why he's out of the base right now, but will die to Dendi. And the one issue was, he's tanky. He's got a Butterfly, he's got a Heart. He can't Hex him forever. They just couldn't bring him down, and then it's Na'Vi kind of cluster around him trying to kill Smash. And that's where they eat the big vacuum, the Torrent, the boat. didn't really matter too much, I want to say. Arctic, they do lose 2 lanes of Rax, and now got to be feeling a little bit more desperate. Prophet still has buyback, wasn't forced to use it. Dendy still has Aegis. I still think it's a net win for Na'Vi, but hey, Arctic showing the power of their lineup, and this time they're going to push mid, looking for a tier 2.
We have seen PL defend versus Megas.
Yeah, it is possible. By no means are they out of it, but Na'Vi getting something. Kuroki now throw back. A boat will come through again. Smash on the sidelines. Pavos currently slept. Dendy giving chase. We'll probably see a lasso here. Misko gonna get picked off. Smash just chilling. Is he lagging? He's not even moving right now. Yeah, looks like he is. I was gonna say, maybe you should help your team or run. And he'll look to do so now. Not sure if Na'Vi can catch him in time. No lasso, but they do have a flame break.
Playing hot potato with these gems and sitting in the fire
This
right
is
now.
like-
I think it exchanged hands like 10 times this game.
These poor gems. It's like a dog that just can't find a home. Won't somebody please show it some love? Apparently not for long. The dog pees on the floor. The gem doesn't see a hero that you want it to see. Throw it out. Give it away.
What is PL gonna buy next? He has 4,900 gold right now.
Manta style wouldn't be bad. I mean, it's Manta, Daedalus. These are sort of your standard items. I would also say even getting power treads or boots of travel point. I mean, you do have Keeper of the Light, but Tranquil Boots suck in the middle of fights. The new Tranquil Boots, they only give you, 45 move speed when they're broken, and they're always going to be broken in these big fights. It's kind of a shame to have to
25 move speed.
Oh yeah, 25. I think you lose. I think it's you lose 45 then.
Yeah, you're so slow.
Oh no, sorry, you lose 50 actually, not 45. So my math apparently not the strongest today, but yeah, you're slow. That's basically the point. So
Especially without him having drums. We see a lot of PLs go Diffusal drums as their first 2 main items, and Smash opts to skip the drums, and that will make him super slow if he gets attacked.
yeah, and no Yasha as well. So really doesn't have any movement speed whatsoever aside from Doppelwalk, which you're not always using in combat. And in spite of having a butterfly as well as a diffusal blade, I feel like that next item, they need it. I feel they really do need it in the fights just to kind of outlast Na'Vi. And the one good thing for them is the BKB of Phonics should be starting to tick down a bit. It's down to 6 seconds. On the side of Dendy, sure, he's got this Aegis, this Linked Sphere, but you remove the Linked Sphere for the equation, he eats a couple of lances, suddenly 5 illusions are hitting him. Dendy's going to drop real fast.
Yep, no butterfly from him to avoid attacks, no MKB so that he can hit Smash reliably. He still does a lot of damage though, sitting at around, what, 350-ish?
Yeah, when he's critting,
Yeah,
I think it
crit.
was for like 850 or so he hits reasonably hard at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty painful.
And
Especially no BK, or we only see, what, 1 BKB on Kunkka right now. Everyone else is pretty poor besides the PL. Darkseer sitting on mech and Pipe. He had that mech very early in the game, but he's just been dying left and right. They've been focusing very hard, and Mag has had some pretty good initiations with his Bat Rider this game.
yeah, Mihawk has kind of been at public enemy #1 this game, you know, constantly eating the lassos, the Rubik lifts, the blinks in, and you know, if he steals something like Fiend's Grip, or I'm sure he'll use it on Mihawk as well, because if they don't get off a good vacuum, they're almost certain not to land a good boat. So Mihawk really is the priority target, unless you can catch a carry. And well, at this point in the game, Smash, he was dying earlier, hasn't been dying so much now. We'll have a quick unpause. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is game 1 of a best of 3. We're currently locked in it in the start of our second day of group stage action for the WePlay.tv Dota 2 League, brought to you by Logitech and O3D. And I mean, we've had some fantastic games today. Hopefully we see some more the rest of the way. But already, Arctic showing Na'Vi that despite the fact that Na'Vi is up by 15k gold, 20k experience, they're not a team to be trifled with. And, well, actually, sorry, I got that backwards. 20k gold, 15k experience. And even still having a shot here in this game, I feel. A long shot, but still a shot.
Yep. I think Na'Vi were to have fairies, but Arctic definitely giving them a good run for their money.
And it hasn't been the smoothest game from Na'Vi. That should be said as well. The laning stage particularly, somewhere where they really struggled a bit, and you know, maybe just waking up, maybe just having Mag as a stand-in, not quite having the same chemistry they're accustomed to. No Puppy, no captain this game, but hey, they're not out of it yet. They're looking like they have the commanding position right now. Funnick, he's picked up the MKB. He could buy the Mjolnir, but really is out of inventory slots at that point.
Pavos is tired of getting focused and looks like he wants to pick up a BKB, a Mithril Hammer in his inventory.
Unless it's the mythical Maelstrom Jakiro, then you combine all 3 elements, ice, fire, and lightning. Yeah,
What a sight to behold.
probably not. Sadly. I really
It would
wish.
make his Veil more useful too.
That's
That
true.
Maelstrom
I'll
proc.
tell you, this is some next level item builds. You only find them here. at Beyond the Summit, but yeah, I don't think we'll see it. We'll have another pause from Ewo. Seems like the internet may be a bit of an issue right now for Arctic.
So it looks like Dendi's Aegis just expired, and it is going to be a little bit risky for them to push. But I mean, they could play it safe and try and just turtle for 4 minutes and get the Roshan and the next cheese. Or I mean, they're so rich at this point. But all they really need to do is not get like 3 or 4 man vacuum walled, and they should be able to win just by brute force. Even if they kill Shadow Fiend, they have to blow like a lot of cooldowns. And Phantom Lancer looks like he has actually picked up a Yasha, not completed his Manta style. If he had completed his Manta, he wouldn't have enough for buyback. So I think he's playing it safe as well and not putting all his eggs in one basket and completing his Manta at once.
Man, this Dendi build, now he's going to pick up an MKB. Still no completed Manta style, still no BKB. No lifesteal either, no Satanic, which would be a pretty decent item this game, but he just wants to burst heroes down. He'll go for yet another damage item. With the Lincoln Sphere, I suppose not pure glass cannon, but pretty damn close to that, and now he'll be critting very, very hard. Probably looking at over 1k crits, or very close to it, if not quite there, and this is scary. Dendi will be hitting hard, and that PL, the evasion, won't affect him anymore. So a casual, fully completed MKB picked up, now has buyback as well. And maybe they wait for the next Roche, but I don't know if they need to.
Yeah, Dendi is a big fan of the casual Yasha. I believe he completed around like 15 minutes, and he's been holding in his inventory for 35. Who needs Manta style when he can just go deeps?
Yeah, it's kind of a fair point this game though, is there is a lot of AoE, so those illusions in the full measure of things, maybe they don't actually do that much. Funico rotate bottom, look to push out this lane and kill off the Cancer Infestation, the PL illusion army, and then he'll look to come back in. Dendi, oh, we'll see a Blink initiation here. They'll catch out Kunkka. That's going to make this a 5v4 to start. Do Arctic actually try to take a fight outside of their base? Seems like a very dangerous place to engage. They'll get a nice Fiend Script off of Dendi, but it gets canceled. Now he's being overrun, but it's actually Smash who will die first. The MKB, what Dendi needed, gets a triple. He wants more. On the chase. Make it an Ultra. No, Havos comes in with that Hero Mythal Hammer. Snipes the kill. Double buyback from our Darkseer as well as our Phantom Lancer. Smash gonna look to rejoin the fight. Mayhawk as well. But the damage already done. 3 heroes hit the deck. It was a full team wipe in the end. And Na'Vi gonna take this game 1.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Yep.
Yikes.
That Bat Rider initiation is just so devastating. Kunkka can't do anything, and his whole team is forced to run from their T3 out into here. It's just very, very terrible, and this is why you ban Bat. His initiation is just ridiculous, and he's cost Arctic so many team fights because of that lasso.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult hero to play against. It's something that you often do ban as a team, so when you let it through, you may not have as much experience practicing against it as, say, other heroes that, you know, are getting through the pool a lot. But the back gets through, Na'Vi make it work. There were some initiations that weren't the best. Arctic did a nice job of dealing with him, too. I didn't feel like they played badly versus the Bat the entire game. There was a lot of great sleeps and Fiend Scripts to counter-initiate, but eventually, Bat will find his openings. A good Bat generally will, and we'll see a celebratory Requiem. Dendi unwinds. He's going for the extra kills. The Deeps is there. The Deeps is strong in this one. About 1,000 crit damage per attack, and now sitting on 6k gold. Could even buy a casual Rapier if you wanted, but there's no time for that, folks, because Na'Vi, they've taken game 1. It's a best of 3 between Arctic and Na'Vi for the WePlay.tv Dota 2 League, and currently Na'Vi leading the series 1-0. I'm LD, he's Merlini. Stay tuned, guys. We have more action coming up later today. Game 2 of this best of 3 coming up next. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering where is Mouse versus 4FC, that's over on the other Beyond the Summit stream, twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. So be sure to head over there, check that game out as well. Blaze as well as Blitz, the BL brothers, are casting that one. But as for us, we're LD and Merlini. We'll be back after this with game number 2 of Na'Vi versus Arctic.